So now we're going to talk about physical properties of amines. So we have boiling point, we have solubility, and we have basicity. Okay, so we're going to talk about the first two. Okay, so for boiling point, of course, we're going to talk about the intermolecular forces that we have within between your amines, between your amine molecules. Okay, so primary amine has the highest boiling point. Okay, secondary amine followed by secondary amine, and tertiary amine has the lowest boiling point. Okay, so amines, you know that it has nitrogen and hydrogen, kan? So for primary amine, you have two hydrogens attached to your nitrogen, so therefore it can form two hydrogen bonds each. Okay, so here pun you have two hydrogens, so dia pun boleh form two more hydrogen bonds. So basically primary amine can form a lot of hydrogen bonds lah. So more energy is required to break those hydrogen bonds between your amine molecules. Okay, between your amine molecules. Okay, so now if we look at secondary amines, so between secondary amines, your secondary amines, they have two R groups. Okay, two R groups. So that means it has, your nitrogen has one hydrogen each. Okay, it has one hydrogen. So that means, okay, they can form one hydrogen bond. Okay, each. So that's less number of hydrogen bonds compared to primary amine. So it has moderate boiling point, right? Okay, so tertiary amine pula, you know that it has 1, 2, 3 R groups. So that means that this nitrogen does not have any hydrogens attached to themselves. Tak ada hydrogen. Okay, in order to form hydrogen bonds between the amine molecules, okay, between amine molecules, you need to have a hydrogen. Okay, so for tertiary amine, no hydrogens are formed between the amine molecules. Okay, so it has the lowest boiling point lah. Okay, so that's how you compare the boiling point for amines. Okay, so let's say kalian bawah ni contohnya, you are comparing the boiling point of compounds with similar molecular weight. Okay, they have similar molecular weight but they have different functional group. Okay, so that means that you're going to have to list down the intermolecular forces of each of these compound. Okay, so for alkane, it is a non-polar molecule. Since it is a non-polar molecule, it will have only van der Waals forces. Van der Waals forces. Haloalkane and carbonyl compounds. Okay, they are polar molecules. Okay, so since they are polar molecules, they can have dipole forces, which is stronger than van der Waals forces lah. Okay, so that's why dia punya boiling point rank kat sini. Okay, for amine pula, they can form hydrogen bond. Okay, hydrogen bond. Alcohol, hydrogen bond as well, sebab dia ada OH, hydrogen bond. But why does alcohol have higher boiling point than amine? It's because, why? Why do you think? You have nitrogen and oxygen. Okay, oxygen is higher in electronegativity than nitrogen. Therefore, alcohol has a stronger hydrogen bond lah banding dengan amine. Okay, sebab dia oxygen tu lebih electronegative than nitrogen. Okay, so carboxylic acid has the highest boiling point. Why? Because it can form hydrogen bonds. Okay, lagi satu, dia boleh form dimer. Okay, so carboxylic acid can form stable hydrogen bonded dimer. So because of this, okay, diamond they are closely packed and tambah-tambah lagi dia ada hydrogen bond. So dia punya hydrogen bond tu they are much more stronger than the typical hydrogen bonds lah. Okay, so that's why carboxylic acid has the highest boiling point. Okay, now we're going to look at solubility of amines in water. Okay, note dia in water. So maksudnya awak kena fikir pasal these amines forming hydrogen bonds with water. Okay, bukannya with themselves. Okay, so all amines, primary, secondary, tertiary can form hydrogen bonds with water molecules. Okay, so tadi cakap yang tertiary amines tak boleh form hydrogen bonds with themselves kan, sebab dia tak ada H. Tapi dia boleh form hydrogen bond with water. Bila dalam air dia boleh form hydrogen bond. So dia soluble lah juga. Okay, so this is the ranking. So primary amine is the most soluble in water. Okay, that means that it has the most number of hydrogen bonds. Okay, kita akan tengok the number of hydrogen bonds yang dia boleh form. Okay, this is a little information for low molecular amines yang ada carbon 1 carbon to 4 carbons. They are soluble in water and will dissolve to form basic aqueous solutions. Okay, so C5 maybe dia less soluble lah. Dia start untuk tak soluble sebab dia ada large hydrophobic area. Okay, so we're going to look at our first example. We have amine, primary amine. So primary amine has one R group. Okay, so if you look here, it has 2 hydrogens. Okay, so it can form 1, 2 hydrogen bonds with water, and here your hydrogen bond ni. Okay, kenapa awak boleh form lagi satu ni? Sebab daripada sini ada hydrogen juga. So hydrogen bond dari sini to this nitrogen. Okay, sebab kan hydrogen bond kan dia kena F, O atau nitrogen attached to hydrogen. So dia boleh form hydrogen bond with another fluorine, oxygen atau nitrogen. So in primary amine you have 3 hydrogen bonds formed. Okay. Okay, so secondary amine you have 2 R groups. You have this hydrogen. Okay, so ini satu hydrogen bond daripada amine. Ini pula hydrogen bond daripada water. Okay, daripada water. So you have 2 hydrogen bonds formed per secondary amine molecule. So that means that between secondary dengan tertiary, tertiary pula primary has higher number of hydrogen bonds formed. So dia ada higher, so it has higher solubility. It is more soluble in water. Okay, lebih soluble. So tertiary amine pula, tengok sini dia tak ada pun hydrogen. Okay, tapi this water molecule can form hydrogen bond with the tertiary amine because it has nitrogen here. So you have 1 hydrogen bond formed per primary amine molecule. So that's why the solubility rank is like so. Okay, primary amine kita akan cakap pasal inilah the number of hydrogen bonds formed. Okay, number of hydrogen bonds formed with water increase from tertiary amine to secondary amine to primary amine. Okay, sebab dia ada highest. So therefore the most soluble blah 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 is ni. Okay, macam tu Okay.